Hi there, my name is Liz Hathway and this is my astrological look at the week ahead. That's the week starting 17 September 2018. I'm a bit late with my my weekly vlog because really I've sort of had this Mars-Uranus energy surrounding me today, whether it be the neighbour deciding to start to snip wood just as I was about to make my vlog, or workmen on the outside started to churn up the street. It's just been this constant sort of Mars-Uranus, and it kind of really, and here you see it, it's just starting again now. It's that jarring energy, and it sort of interrupts the flow in a way. I'm just going to carry on with this now. So it's a kind of, it rattles the nerves in a way. It's quite disruptive, Mars, Uranus. It's also quite accident prone. I saw an almost nasty accident today when I was walking the dog. There was suddenly two girls on a bike who overtook me, and a car came, and it was such a near miss. It was horrible to sort of be, you know, a witness to it. The poor driver was quite shocked. But that's the kind of Mars-Uranus energy you don't want to, you know, kind of bring around to you. You know, it's, if you think about it, Uranus is currently in Taurus. This is the sign where Mars is in detriment. So this is a further indication. Hasty action will not pay off at the moment. You're more likely to create a problem for yourself. It's also not a good time with Mars square Uranus to really talk politics or to get into someone's philosophy or their religion. You know, just avoid, you know, sort of topics that you know is going to rile the other person, because they will rise to the bait under this energy. And certainly as well in the political sphere, we're likely to see that, you know, the debate heats up. It becomes much more Mars-Uranus. It becomes much more, it gets under your skin in a way. We see this week as well, Friday, that Mercury catches up with the Sun. We have this conjunction now, Sun-Mercury. Any planets conjunct the Sun are, you know, obscured from view, because the Sun is such a bright star. We can't look into the Sun, and so we can't see the planet. So if you look at this in a symbolic way and think of Mercury as the communication planet, the planet of written word, of speech, of how we formulate our thoughts, how we put them out there, then this, you know, this Mercury Sun, you know, the closeness of Mercury to the Sun is obscuring in a way, you know, our ideas getting out there. And when Mercury moves beyond the Sun, then, you know, they start to become visible. We start to feel more empowered in a way. On Saturday, Mercury changes sign, enters into Libra. So we are switching from a kind of quite detailed sort of energy. You know, Virgo breaks things down into bite-sized pieces, makes things comprehensible, organises them. You know, the sort of separates things out so that it's very clear what we're looking at. But when Mercury gets into Libra, the whole dynamic of communication changes. Libra is an air sign. Libra wants to find out what you think. It's communicative. And it's also looking for balanced ideas. And by hearing your opinion, Libra can also, you know, adapt its own in a way. So it's very interested. It's less analytical and more based around cooperation. We also see on Saturday, Mars is conjunct the South Node, which in a way might be, you know, some kind of a release of anger, release of energy, release of a certain way of thinking perhaps. You know, it's kind of, it's a kind of a day in a sense with that Mercury moving into Libra to be more focused on cooperation. You know, what can we do together? What do we share? As opposed to Mars square Uranus, which is very much about what is driving us apart. And this followed on Sunday by the Sun into Libra. So it's really important moments actually in the year cycle. You know, really the Earth at this point is, you know, kind of has to obey cosmic laws or it would fly out of its orbit. It has to turn. These are these turning points, you know, the axis of the world triggered. So it's a huge moment, these sort of ingress charts for the cardinal points. The ruler of the Sun is Venus, of course, but Venus is in Scorpio. So, you know, on the Venus level, on the relationship level, you know, there's these cardinal points are about changes in seasons, Venus in Scorpio, changes in relationships. There's also a sort of a depth here, you know, the way Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio, is so drawn and fascinated and wants to completely absorb the other person, you know, it's like osmosis, you know, becoming the other, taking them into yourself. So there's a lot of depth here. But on the same day, Sunday, Sun into Libra, we have Mercury square Saturn. This is very inhibiting, or it can be. You know, it's where our argument has to be structured. It's where, although Mercury in Libra exalts Saturn, so we should try and enjoy, you know, what's thrown at us and see if we can learn something from it. See if there's something now that we're being told or given, even though it might be difficult and blocking our path, it might still be useful, you know, if we can simply sort of not see it as, you know, an inhibiting factor, but more as something we need to absorb and move beyond, because Mercury is also sextile the North Node. So this is a buzzy week, that Mars square Uranus, which you just heard outside here. You know, the cardinal ingress, Sun into Libra. So all in all, you know, I think great way for getting your ideas out there. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye.